It's been a long day, y'all. What's up, everybody? This is your girl, Christina, and welcome to my channel, Dev Diva Hacks. For those who are new to my channel is about tech, lifestyle, coding, and productivity. So if any of those three things sound interesting to you, go ahead and consider subscribing. But first, give this video a chance first. So, hold on. Before we continue this video, I gotta indulge myself real quick. Alright, hold up. Let me get one more sip in. You know, it's that good wine when it hits your soul. Like, this is some good wine right here. And it's only Barefoot. And no, I'm not being sponsored by Barefoot. This is really some good wine. Rosé. Can't go wrong with it. So getting right into the video, I'm going to talk about 6 ways how you can stay motivated to code. Alright, the first thing you need to do in order for you to stay motivated, and this is really going to help you set yourself up for success if you do this first step, is have a learning plan. So what do I mean by a learning plan? Easy. Basically what I'm talking about is a curriculum and being able to identify exactly what you need to study, what you need to know in order for you to be a successful developer. So for example, if you want to be a web developer, for example, and you want to study HTML, JavaScript, and CSS, and you gotta know some other set of technologies, you can always go on Pluralsight. You probably could use Free Code Camp. So there's tons of resources out there. The most important step for you to do is pick one resource and just stick with it and finish the course or the curriculum into its entirety. And that's what I mean by the learning plan. It's just having a set curriculum and stick it to it. Now, the reason why I'm emphasizing on this, because I know for me personally, I tend to jump around. So let's say one day I'm on Angular and then I'm like, I decide to kind of wander off, and next thing I know, I'm learning about React. And I'm like, whoa, like I didn't even finish like Angular yet. And next thing I know, I'm bouncing around between different resources, which is not good. It's counterproductive. So if I were you, stick with one learning path, one curriculum, finish it to its entirety, make sure you mastered and make sure you fully understand what you got out of that course before you move on to the next thing. I'm saying this because I've done this a million times and I tempt myself a lot. I tend to get distracted easily. So, number 1, have a learning plan. Number 2, this is one of the most important steps too, is learn how to kill the noise. And I'm not just talking about external noise, but internal noise. Killing the internal noise in your head. Because that's like with anything in life. When you're trying to start something new and you decide to make this big decision to change careers or decide to take this route and this path, what's the first thoughts that's going to hit you? Doubts. I don't know. I'm not as good as this person. You start comparing yourself. And then you start doing the whole like, I don't know, like it's so hard. Like this person makes it look easy. And next thing you know, you start to have all these doubts and insecurities. And what was a motivation one day can end up, destroying you in the end. Well, I'm just saying, it could negatively impact you. So learn how to kill the noise in your head. Because I'm telling you, the biggest enemy for most people from succeeding in life is themselves. You're the problem. So if you learn how to kill the noise, silence it or minimize it, and it's hard in the beginning. It's hard. Like even for myself, I had to keep reprogramming my mind. I had to keep training my mind, reprogram it. I had to tell myself, stay positive. I surround myself with the right people who's going to continue to uplift me while I'm going through this path. So, number 2 is kill the noise. Kill the noise. It's going to be so beneficial to your mental health, and you're able to accomplish a lot more when you just stay positive. Just stay positive and just remember that everybody is running their own race. Not everybody is the same. Not everybody learns the same way. So you stick to your race and your lane and you'll be all right. So that's number 2. Number 3, avoid mental burnouts. So what is mental burnouts? For me, let me just say, mental burnout is basically when you exert your body to its max, well, beyond its max. It's overexertion on your body, your mental, emotionally, and there's different types of mental burnouts. So for me, right, when I get on this grind, like I'm a little workaholic. Like I can work all night. One day I could decide to just build a website and I'll stay up all night building it. And it's almost to the point where I'm like obsessive about getting this work done. I need to get this done, and you're doing a million things at once. But at some point, I'm a crash. And when I crash hard. And how does this manifest in my life? Because I stay up late and, doing whatever at nighttime, I end up losing a lot of sleep. And everybody knows how important sleep is for functionality, for mental health, and etc. So when my sleep suffers, it tremendously impacts my performance and how I function and mention with my flow. So that's my manifestation of mental burnouts. So what can you do to combat mental burnouts? Well, biggest things you can do is keep your life balanced. I know, cliche. What do I mean by that? Sleep, eat, sleep, hygiene, go exercise. Go find an interest or a hobby, Not everything has to be about coding. If you're into video games, play video games. If you want to go jump off a cliff because you are an adrenaline junkie, do that. Do something that's going to put a smile to your face. So the point of me in all saying this is you got to maintain the balance in your life. And if you don't know how to have balance in your life, start a routine. That's like the best way to start figuring out and balancing your life, is just establishing a really good, healthy set of habits in your routine. And once you start to implement these healthy habits in your routine, then you'll be good. And then that'll be the best way to avoid mental burnouts. Because I'm telling you, burnout sucks. Because when you're burnt out, like mentally burnt out, you can't learn nothing. You're staring at the video for like a whole hour and you didn't retain anything. And it sucks. So that's when you start to see these symptoms that, okay, it's time for me to walk away from the computer, or I just need to decompress for a couple of days before I continue coding. And that kind of goes into my other tip of it's okay to take breaks. It's okay to walk away from coding for a little bit, come back. And I'm not just talking about a couple of hours. I'm talking about like days. Because I do take some time off from coding. Maybe like for a weekend or whatever. To allow my mind to refresh, get my spirit renewed. And just going at it again. Alright, so that's number 3. Avoid mental burnouts. Now, number 4. This is actually something that I started doing late last year. Because before I was like a little introvert. It was just me and coding. I was being a lone wolf. But then I realized that getting involved with the community actually enhanced my experience to learn how to code. Like my motivation went from here to up here. You can't see my hand, but up here. Because getting involved and being surrounded by people who are going for the same goals as you are is so motivating. It's exciting. It's like, woo, you doing this project? Cool, I'm doing this. So get into this tip. Number 4 is get involved with the community. And what do I mean by that? Hey, if you learn how to code, I'm just saying you should get involved with some events. Hackathon. meetups, code camps, yada yada yada, talks, and whatever events that involves like programming, software development, anything, any type of meetup that's going to help enhance your software developer career or personal development, you should go. This is your opportunity to connect with others who are going through the same path as you are. Meet some people who are experienced. Meet some folks that are currently in the field. You know, pick their brains and figure out how they do it. How did they learn how to code? How did they accomplish these goals? How did they land their first developer job? So that's the type of questions that you could really ask and dive in deep as you network. So get involved with the community. I'm telling you, it's going to enhance your learning experience a million times over. So I know what y'all going to say. I can hear it already. Christina, I'm like an introvert. Like, I don't do all that. Like, I don't go out. Like, that's not me. That's not my style. I got you. So for those who are little introverts, nothing wrong with that. If you're an introvert, then use social media. Social media is the go-to method to communicate for introverts. So with the social media, the best platform to find software developer groups is Twitter. Literally, Twitter is like one of my favorite go-to platforms for software developers groups. And I'm going to list off some of them. If you see me looking at the screen, it's because I have notes. So some of the groups I follow on Twitter is hashtag Code Newbies, hashtag Black Tech Twitter, hashtag JavaScript, hashtag Women Who Code, hashtag 100 Days of Code, hashtag Code Newbies, and etc. And the list goes on and on and on. So there's so many groups out there. So finding groups will not be the difficult part. The most difficult part is for you to put yourself out there. You still have to post something about what you're doing, your project or whatever. Or maybe you participate in the hashtag 100 Days of Code, which I highly recommend doing. So think about it. So yes, you still have to put yourself out there regardless if you do it externally out there in the world or you just put yourself out there through your social media. But that's still a step you have to take. You have to put yourself out there. And what I love about these groups is that they will interact with you, like for real. Like there'll be times where I post something about a project I'm working on or how I'm feeling or being transparent or whatever. And listen, people respond. The community is so active and people respond and they retweet. So it's very encouraging to see that. So get involved with the community. You will not regret it, all right? Get involved. This is the best way to enhance your experience and to get motivated. Now going into number 5. Wait, before we get to number 5, can I get one more sip of this? Let it settle. You can feel it through your throat. Alright. To number 5. I feel like this is one of the most important rules too. Not saying the rest of them are not important, but number 5 is don't compare yourself to other people. Don't compare yourself. Just don't do it. I know it's easier said than done because it's human nature for us to compare. Because that's how we know. That's how we gauge how good we are, by comparing ourselves to another person. So I understand that's human nature. But comparing yourself to other people is going to be your biggest downfall. I'm telling you, because all of us think that we're all taking the same path. Yes, we're all trying to be software developers. But then again, there's so many different avenues and different paths to get to the same goal. So I would say to you, and I'm probably saying this to remind myself, is don't compare yourself to other people. Stick to your path. This is your race. Listen, life is like an exam. Not everybody got the same questions. So remember that. Everybody has a different test. Everybody has different questions. So don't worry about trying to copy or follow or trying to do whatever. You gotta run your own race. And you gotta remember where you're going and your why. And just know that everybody's different. So don't compare yourself to others. And just remember that you're on this journey. Remember your why. Stay focused. Stick to your path. And to kind of like caveat this tip, some people tend to like. I'm gonna give you a little scenario. I had this one instance where I was telling somebody that I'm learning how to do Angular. I'm using Pluralsight to learn Angular, and this person was like, "Hey, you should check out this website." I forgot what it was called, but hey, you should check out this website to learn Angular. And oh, you should check out this website. Like I learned Angular like in a month. Like it was good. Like whatever. I got a job after like, and then this guy went on and on and on. I didn't really catch everything, but so he was trying to convince me to use his method, his resources to learn Angular the quickest way possible. And I started to like compare myself at this moment. I started to compare like, yo, like you learned Angular in a month. Like, yo, what the, like, do you just not have a life? Do you just not have a job? Like, you got that done real fast. Whoa. So I started to compare myself at that moment. But then again, I had to catch myself. Because I had to remember, where I'm at in my life. And I know his life is probably different. Maybe he has more free time for him to commit to studying. So I always have to catch myself to just not compare myself to others. Because everybody's different. Everybody's path is different. Their lifestyle and etc. And then going into number 6. So number 6 is huge. All right, y'all. After you complete your first project or you finish your first curriculum ever, don't forget to celebrate the small wins. Celebrate the small wins. It's a small win, victory. It's like that song from DJ Khaled and Post Malone, Celebrate. Celebrate with the ones we lost, yeah. Celebrate with the ones we got here. Elevate with the ones we got here. Well, y'all know the song. But celebrate the small wins. So is you able to, write 100 codes and everything compiled the first time? You're a badass. If you're able to like build your project and everything work as it should, or build your first website, like celebrate those things. Listen, how I celebrate my projects is that I tell others about it and I post it on social media. And I normally post it on Twitter and I tag all these groups that, hey, I worked on this project. It's finished. Check it out. Let me know what you think. I post it on GitHub. So celebrate the small wins and post. Share the hard work that you did. And then, of course, take a break after you're done. So number 6 is to celebrate the small wins and post. Share. Let the world know that you're legit now. No, I'm kidding. So, like I promised, I'm going to share with you guys the bonus tip for you guys to do that will help you stay motivated to code. And the bonus tip is surround yourself with coding related content. And I'm talking about blogs, social media, books, whatever material that you surround yourself with. Change out that content for just coding content. Because here's the reason why. There'll be times where I'm sitting in front of the TV and I'm watching Netflix or I'm doing whatever. And I'll literally go on my Twitter. And I look at my Twitter and somebody may tweet like, hey, I'm working on this project right now. And there'll be times where I literally turn off the TV and open up my laptop and start coding. Because I know deep down inside, I should be more productive during my downtime. And that made me change my actions just because I saw a tweet and it's just like put a little ding dong in my head like, hey, I should be coding. You know what I'm saying? So that's my bonus tip, is surround yourself with code. So thanks so much for watching and have a great day, y'all. Peace.